Good evening. One of the biggest areas where India has had problems in the last couple of days, oxygen generation systems and a set of other measures which are required to fight the COVID menace. The United States has now come in with a great deal of assistance to India along with several other countries. To give us an idea of how America is helping at this stage, Tyler Pager joins us, the White House correspondent of the Washington Post. Tyler, thanks very much for being with us. A lot of people here in India were wondering why has it not come thus far, but it's finally come. Before we get to the specifics, what does this say about how the United States sees India as a close ally at this stage?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And I think, the United States has reaffirmed in the past few days, as India has suffered what is now the worst COVID outbreak in the world, the United States has reaffirmed its commitment to India, pledging its support and its assistance at this time. On Monday, President Biden and Prime Minister Modi spoke on the phone, and Biden administration officials have said National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, Secretary of State Tony Blinken have spoken with their counterparts, along with other high-level officials in the past few days and weeks about how the United States can best assist India at this time.
And Tyler, it's interesting that a way has been found to get AstraZeneca vaccines eventually to India, because earlier on there seemed to be legal grounds on the basis of which you couldn't export it. But they seem to have worked that problem. They seem to have sorted that part of the problem, haven't they?
Yeah, so the most immediate thing that the United States has promised, in addition to oxygen-related supplies and personal protective equipment on the vaccine front, is the raw materials to send to India to help them manufacture the AstraZeneca vaccine. So that is expected immediately. And then on the longer horizon, the United States yesterday promised up to 60 million AstraZeneca doses exported around the world. So it's unclear exactly which countries will get those doses, but those doses that the United States, its entire supply of the AstraZeneca vaccine, the United States has promised to export around the world to countries that need them. But in India specifically, because India has the manufacturing capabilities to make their own vaccine, the United States immediately is sending over raw materials to help expedite that process.
Right. And what are some of the other key areas that the United States is looking at? And is there a sense of satisfaction that they are dealing with the government of India directly, or would they much rather be dealing with smaller entities, state governments, NGOs, people on the ground?
Yeah, I can't speak exactly to how all the counterparts that the United States is working with in India, but from the readout of the call that we received from the White House about Biden and Modi's conversation, they said it was a warm and positive call in which they both reaffirmed the commitments the countries share and the eagerness of the United States to help India through this crisis. And India helped the United States over a year ago as the United States was dealing with its most deadly wave of the virus. And so I think, there are multiple steps the United States are taking immediately to try to assist, from sending over oxygen-related supplies, testing kits, rapid testing kits, personal protective equipment for medical workers. The United States is also saying that it's going to deploy a SWAT team of sorts of health workers to come help the Indian medical system fight the virus. And then again, I think most crucially is the raw materials for the vaccine. The United States has had quite a bit of success in vaccinating a large percentage of its adult population, and is now eager to share that strategy and those materials with other countries, sure, particularly as it relates to AstraZeneca, which is a vaccine the United States is not currently using.
All right, Tyler, thanks very much for sharing those details with us. Thanks very much indeed.